Hello everyone, thank you for joining me. I love all die cut cards. They are suitable for any skill level, they are fast to make and easy to put together. This birthday card features a sweet new set by Spellbinders called Artful Brush. So if you fancy having a peek at any of the products that I've used, you can find links in the description of this YouTube video or on my blog at bonniecarolee.com. This die set is so much fun. It consists of 3 dies to put together the paintbrush, dripping paint, and then smaller paint drip dies. All of my die cutting has been done off camera. I've used a combination of rose, pink, ivory, and a very fine gold glitter cardstock. To put the paintbrush together, I first stack the gold die cut onto a foam one. An ivory cardstock die cut of the handle is going to be stacked on top, but it will be slightly offset so that there's just this little glimmer of gold on the side. Next, I'm going to adhere the gold glitter ferrule to the paintbrush. It will be toned down with a slightly offset rose die cut. 4 brushes have been die cut. 2 from the rose and 2 from the glitter cardstock. I attach the rose-colored ones first to the brush. The gold ones are attached on top of the rose-colored ones just so that there's a little hint of the gold showing through. I love the gold accents. I've tried not to overdo it, but have enough on there just to make this a really special paintbrush. And I also love this big paint drip die. It is so cute. Again, I'm going to be stacking them slightly offset with the pink cardstock one on top of the gold glitter one. The paintbrush is adhered on top and it looks so awesome with the drips of paint flowing from the bottom of it. This card will be accessorized with sentiments and florals from Spellbinders Typing Class die set. Happy Birthday has been die cut from the rose cardstock and the backing for these sentiments out of the gold, which has been mounted on a foam die cut. I use regular glue on a fine die cut. I first depress it, letting some glue form at the tip, and then drag it across the die cut. This will ensure that only a small amount of glue is applied. Although I try not to depress the glue while I'm applying it, I still ended up getting a little too much in one area. Of course, this is me being me, using whatever is handy, and I dab off the excess on my hand. My card front out of the rose cardstock measures 4 inches by 5 1/4. The brush area of the paintbrush is a little bit thicker than the handle, so I'm going to attach it with foam squares just on the handle to help even that out. After the brush is in place, I can now adhere my sentiments. Card base is A2 size, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches, and it's going to be matted in black cardstock that measures 4 1/8 by 5 3/8 inches. This cute die set comes with 2 different sizes of individual drips. I've cut a number of them out of the dark pink cardstock and the glitter paper. The jewel picker comes in very handy for getting them placed, and once I'm happy with the layout, then I'll go ahead and adhere them to the panel. Spellbinders Typing Class die set comes with a number of really pretty floral designs. A number of the flowers and leaves have been die cut from both the rose and the gold cardstock. After a fan of leaves have been adhered to the base of the handle on the paintbrush, I just add in a few of the flowers. This floral embellishment is finished up with just a few of those tiny leaves tucked in around the flowers. Another small grouping is arranged at the top of the sentiment. I love this pastel rainbow mix of confetti by Studio Kasha. I've been reaching for it a lot lately, and I just pick out the colors that I want to use. For the center of the flower and in and around all of the elements, I am placing a very pale pink confetti. So right now it does blend into the background, so I'm pretty sure you know what's coming next. Yep, I reach for my Nuvo Crystal Drops Morning Dew. I'm also going to be applying it to just the pink paint drips. A drop is applied at the base of it where it is round, and then I pull it back to the point. I'm also going to add in some small white Nuvo Drops. I've been asked a number of times how I get the nice smooth domes on these droplets. So the most important thing is the thickness of the actual drops that you're using. I have found that they can thicken up over time, particularly if they're sitting and not being used. I always give it a really good shake first and then test it out on paper. If I'm not getting a smooth dome and I have a bit of a point, then I open up the bottle. What I have found is that the mixture at the top has definitely thickened, and so I just squeeze it out. I also make sure that I clean out the nozzle. After the thick mixture has been removed, what is underneath is very liquid again and will form a nice smooth dome. Now it might sound like it's a bit of a waste, but honestly, if I can't achieve something that looks nice and smooth, I'm not going to use it. To get that perfectly round shape, I almost always apply it to sequins or confetti. Now I didn't do that with the white Nuvo Drops because a lot of them were going to be so small, but I just make sure that I come straight down from the top while I apply them. And that wraps up this pretty birthday card featuring Spellbinders' adorable new die set, Artful Brush. I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, I appreciate your visit.